everyone, my name is Carrie Legao. I'm one of the Autism Low Incidence Mentor Teachers with Richmond Public Schools. I'm here today to do a continuation of Lesson 24 to talk about three-dimensional shapes. The first part of Lesson 24 was to talk about flat shapes, which are, I'm going to review, that we went over circle, triangle, square, rectangle, and pentagon. That's what we went over in the first lesson, part of lesson 24. So we are going to do the second part of lesson 24 from the Unique Learning System program. And again, we went over circles, triangle,
rectangle,
square. If you have a communication device and you have shapes on your communication device, you can get it out now.
pentagon.
All right, so these are the different objects that we're going to talk about in this lesson.
Cube.
A cube. And if you can find something in your house that looks like a cube, I found a tissue box. Looks like a cube.
Sphere.
A sphere looks like a ball. It's round.
Cylinder.
A cylinder looks like a can. My can of corn right here, my favorite food.
Cone.
A cone I made out of paper because I couldn't find anything in my house that looked like a cone.
Rectangular prism.
And a rectangular prism, I found my cereal box. Looks like a rectangular prism. All right, we're also going to talk about different types of shapes.
Duffel bag.
That's a duffel bag. We're going to see these pictures throughout the lesson.
Water cooler.
A water cooler.
Volleyball.
A volleyball.
Baseball case.
A baseball case, which is like a cube.
Traffic cone.
A cone.
Basketball.
Basketball, which is like a sphere.
Cube.
A cube.
Tennis ball tube.
A tennis ball tube is like a cylinder.
Birdie.
A birdie, what you play badminton with.
Popcorn box.
And a popcorn box. So I just wanted to go over the different vocabulary out there that you're going to hear in this lesson. All right, so our first three-dimensional shape is
our cube.
A cube. Who can point to one of the pictures down here that looks like a cube? And here's my cube from my house. Point to the one that looks like a cube. If you pointed to the baseball in the case, you are right. All right, the next one is a
sphere.
A sphere that looks like a ball. It's round. Which one of these pictures looks like a ball? Point to it. You pointed to the volleyball. You are right. The next shape is
cylinder.
A cylinder that looks like a can of corn. What shape or what picture down here looks like this shape? Point to it. If you pointed to the water cooler, you are correct. And we have cone,
cone,
which I made out of paper. And it has the shape of the triangle on it. Let's see which one looks like a cone. Point to it. If you pointed to this right here, the megaphone, you are right. All right.
rectangular prism,
Rectangular prism, which is my cereal box. Let's see which one looks like a rectangular prism. Point to it. If you pointed to the popcorn, you are right. All right, let's go on to our three-dimensional shapes. Oops. Real quick. Those were our circle, square, rectangle, triangle, and pentagon from before. Now we're going to talk about the cube. Which one of these shapes down here looks like this one? Point to it. If you pointed to this, you are correct. And what shape is it? You find it down here. I'll give you a hint. It's on this line. Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
cube,
A cube. Okay. The next one. Which one of these shapes looks like this one? Point to it. All right. What is that shape called? Which one looks like it down here? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
cone,
It is a cone, and it looks like my cone. All right, next. Which one of these shapes looks like that popcorn tin? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct. All right, now what shape is that? A sphere, a cone, a cube, a cylinder, or a rectangular prism? Point to it. If you pointed to the rectangular prism, you are correct.
rectangular prism,
Rectangular prism. All right. Now we have tennis balls. What does that shape look like? Which one looks like that shape? I'll give you a hint. It's like my can of corn. Oops. Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct. Who can find that shape down here? Point to it. It's a cylinder.
cylinder,
Cylinder. All right. Oh my goodness, it's a basketball. And here's my ball from home. They're round. Which shape which looks round like a circle or a ball here? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct. What shape looks like this circular ball here? And here's my ball from home. What shape looks like a ball down here? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct.
Sphere.
A sphere. So a circle turned into a ball is a sphere. All right, here we go. So we have a sphere, just like a ball.
Sphere.
We have
Cube.
a cube, which is like my tissue box. We have a rectangular prism, which is like my cereal box. Yummy Cheerios.
Cone.
A cone that I made out of paper.
Cylinder.
And a cylinder that is like my can of corn. Whoops, my ball fell. Let me grab it. Okay. Here we go. If you can point to one of the objects here that looks like a sphere, point to it. I see two objects. Two. That looks like this. If you pointed to the volleyball or the basketball, you are correct. I'm going to take one over. Then I'll take the other over. All right, next.
Cube.
We have a cube. I see an object that looks like a cube. Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct. This one
Rectangular prism.
is a rectangular prism. Here's my home shape of my cereal box. Point to what looks like a rectangular prism right here.
Duffel bag.
A duffel bag looks like a rectangular prism. All right, next shape
Cone.
is a cone. Let's see which pictures look like a cone down here. Point to it. I see three. Three. If you pointed to this cone, the megaphone, and the birdie, you are correct. All right.
Cylinder.
Cylinder, which is like my can of corn. Point to a cylinder. What looks like a cylinder?
Water cooler.
A water cooler.
Water.
And the tennis ball tube. All right, so our sphere is our
basketball, volleyball,
and volleyball.
Cube.
Our cube
Baseball case
is our baseball case.
Rectangular prism.
Rectangular prism
Duffel bag.
is a duffel bag.
Cone.
The cone, we have three. Ready?
Traffic cone.
A traffic cone.
Birdie.
A birdie.
Megaphone.
And a megaphone.
Cylinder.
Our cylinder.
Water cooler.
Water cooler.
Tennis ball tube.
Tennis ball tube. Okay, so repeat after me. Sphere.
Sphere.
And if you have this on your communication device, you can find them on there too.
Cube.
Cube.
Rectangular prism.
Rectangular prism.
Cone.
Cone.
Cylinder.
And a cylinder. Those are all three-dimensional shapes. Oops, gotta go back. So, let me make this a little bigger. All right, so now we're going to talk about cutting shapes into equal parts. Okay? So, Paige has a rectangle, which is also the three-dimensional shape is the rectangular prism. Okay? We are going to cut it into equal parts. 1, 2, 3 lines. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts in this rectangle. Okay? This one is a square. Okay? A square is like our cube. Let's cut it into equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you help me move it over? Help. 1, 2, 3 lines gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. All right. So let's review our shapes. So we talked about circles, triangles, squares, rectangles, and pentagons in the first lesson. And today we also went through all of these, as well as cube, cylinder, which is my can of corn, sphere, which is my ball, cone, which I made out of paper, and a rectangular prism. Okay, so if I hold up my can of corn and my box of Cheerios, who can point to the rectangular prism?